In space, no one can hear you scream. Ah, run for your lives, it's a Xenomorph. Hi, I'm John Renton with the retro review of Alien from 1979, Ridley Scott's iconic sci-fi horror that still holds up 45 years after it came out in theaters. And this is the producer, by the way, Adopt Don't Shop. I decided to bring him on because of a viewer request and also because there's an adorable cat named Jonesy in this. I wish that Jonesy was as happy as you are. Look how happy he is. But yes, in all seriousness, Ridley Scott's Alien, starring Sigourney Weaver, Tom Skerritt as Dallas, meeting the same fate as the Dallas wrestling promotion that started off hot in the late 70s, went up in the early 80s, and then went up in flames by the late 80s, because Fritz Von Erich went on the Fritz in more ways than one. If you are a Von Erich fan, you are hating me right now. Okay, hi. You could talk a little bit, but Sigourney Weaver... My God, the fact that she was 30 years old when this came out and is still going strong and still so fine, despite being in her 70s, aging ever so gracefully, and the introduction of the Xenomorph. You know, that crazy alien that was played by a guy that unfortunately passed away in his late 30s, and he was just so slender, he fit the suit so well, and he fit the character so well. Didn't he? Didn't he? You liked the alien. You liked how the alien looked. Can you just say something a little bit? I'm just going to have him on here a little bit. But the thing about this movie is it's so goddamn atmospheric. The sets are so fucking tremendous. The body horror is so great. Isn't it? The body horror is so great. Don't be, you look at me. The cat's fine, by the way. He's fine. And Jonesy was absolutely fine. I assume that Jonesy is dead because if he's that old, that's saying something. So, okay, fine. Anyway, so this was written by Dave O'Bannon, who did Dark Star, that was another sci-fi movie, Heavy Metal, you know, the animated adult movie, Return of the Living Dead, Life Force, Invaders from Mars, the remake, Total Recall, and he did a lot of stuff, actually, and also by Ronald Shellself, I think is how you say it. And yes, Tom Skerritt, before he went to, deal with some picket fences. If you get it, you get it. Veronica Cartwright, who... It's amazing that her career started to take off when she was the main little child in The Birds. Harry Dean Stanton was Brett. John Hurt, who caused this whole goddamn thing because he just had to hurt his crew, har har. And Ash, no, not Bruce Campbell in the Army of Darkness movies or the Evil Dead and Army of Darkness movies, but Ash, played by Ian Holm. You never trust a man that plays the future Bilbo Baggins. So yeah... The nice thing about this movie is it takes a while before you even catch a glimpse of the goddamn alien, and it's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. But let's talk about a little bit of the facts and figures and everything. Like the $11 million budget, and in today's money, that would be just over 4 times, $46.7 million. Look at the sets, look at the design, look at the incredible atmosphere they created. That is how you utilize an $11 million budget even back in 1979. $3.5 million opening, $14.8 million in today's money, $81.9 million in the U.S. Does that include re-releases? I don't know. I'm just going to go with the fact that in today's money, that would be $347.9 million. That is a lot of goddamn change. $106.2 million in today's money, $451.1 million in today's money. And yes, in space, no one can hear you scream. The Nostromo. Haha, like Nostradamus. I think that's how his name is said. There's 7 people on board, and by the end, there is 1. Well, 2, if you count the cat. And I do. In fact, I'm going to bring the cat back up, and I'm going to talk about the kitty. The kitty decided to lay over here, and the kitty did come in here for a little bit and actually glimpsed the cat and then said, I can't stand you looking at another kitty, so I don't want to be anywhere near you. You're going to get a treat after this, and you get plenty of pets and love and everything. The fact he's the only pet still alive in this house. When he first came here, almost 7 years ago, look at his paws sticking out, he I know. He was one of many pets, and now he gets the most love and attention in the world. Okay. In space, no one can hear you meow. Okay, let's get back to the review. It's 2037, A Xenomorph Odyssey. Pretty good subtitle right there. The Cat, 2037. What a glorious year. We are 13 years away from 2037. We're 13 years away from that, provided that the world is not just horribly irradiated or killed by the dredge. You can't kill them. They're pure energy. It's another sci-fi movie. And to the Solomons. Oh, I loved King Solomon. That Ghetto Superstars sung about. Who the hell was that sung that? Nevertheless, so it turns out that somebody messed with the computers, and now Mother, blood, and Xenomorphs. Mother, who's the mother brain of the whole thing. No, not the Metroid, not Metroid Prime. No Samus here. Though I gotta say, in another time period, Sigourney Weaver playing Samus Aran would be pretty goddamn cool. So, they decide to go through the burning rings of Saturn to find this signal as they keep going lower. And it burns when John Hurt gets hit with a face hugger. If you have not seen Alien, what the fuck are you doing? How have you gotten this far in the review without not seeing it? Go watch it. Please go watch it. It's really good. So, they go exploring in the cave. It turns out that Ian Holm is actually in charge of the science officer stuff and everything. He basically just, he's in command, and he replaced a guy recently, conveniently. Gee, I wonder what happened to that other guy. So the ship ends up suffering some issues. The ship that lands on the planet, they have to make some repairs while the crew goes out to investigate this signal. John Hurt ends up basically in a cavern, ends up almost seemingly losing air, but then he happens upon a weird egg. Egg. It's a big gold egg. Probably shouldn't do that impression anymore, given all the shit that he did. Remember Red Notice with the golden egg? How fun was that? Basically, there's this great set design. It looked like this one, like, alien throne, something or other. Somebody was, like, fossilized. It was just incredible, like, just rich design. It's great stuff. I know that gets explored, I think, in Prometheus and the other prequels. And let me just say, I will get to retro-viewing the other ones at some point. I'm basically doing this to prepare for the new Alien movie that comes out in late July, early August. So I got time. I had time. So, Burgess Meredith, I think is who that was. The cavernous design. It's great stuff. John Hurt ends up basically getting the face hugger on him that melts through his goddamn thing and then is doing this and then wrapping the tail around his throat like, no, I must lay my egg beware I live. And that's got to be Kane. That was John Hurt's name, by the way. Probably should have led with that. He gets brought back on board. They try to cut it off of him, but the alien facehugger thingy has acid in it. It almost melts through the entire hull of the ship. That is not referenced again. That just looks really goddamn cool. So, they get back on the ship. Everybody's eating. Damn, the space food isn't that bad. And then all of a sudden, John Hurt has a chest burst. And oh no, the alien's doing it with this little teeth. I'm having fun with this. I'm sorry. I'm trying to have fun with this because it's supposed to be fun. So yeah, don't kill the thing. Listen to Ian Holm. You always want to listen to a short British man that never grew up. He was probably the same size coming out of the womb. Actually, that probably would have killed his mother. But I hope, God, if he's not dead, people would absolutely hate me for that. But yes, we must actually save this alien space being, or being, that ends up basically growing up really, really quickly. Very quickly. I mean, within seconds it grows up. And the cat. Fun fact about the scene with the cat where the cat was reacting and hissing at the guy that got, his face busted in. I think was that Brett? That was Brett. I'm sorry to Harry Dean Stanton. May he rest in peace, possibly. I hope I got that right. He gets killed, and they actually had a German Shepherd on set and, kept the cat in place, and they pulled the thing to have it have a legit reaction to the alien and everything. And the cat was adorable, by the way. The cat also was a cat, so I imagine it was pretty difficult to deal with. But why did they have a flamethrower on the ship? I wonder. Why was there rain on the ship? Why does it always rain on me? This alien is shaped like it's about 17 feet tall. And Jonesy basically runs off. Jonesy eventually does get captured. There is this funny part where they try to get Jonesy out of this, they try to get the alien in the locker, and it actually turns out to be Jonesy, and Jonesy runs. And everybody comes up with a brilliant idea. Let's cut off these particular exits and let's go into the duct. Let's duct and cover, as it were. But then Dallas, unfortunately, ends in a bad way. Haven't seen something, involving Dallas end that badly since November 22nd, 1963. If you know that TikTok, you know that that's absolutely terrible. Lambert is going insane. Yes, Veronica Cartwright going insane. Because first it was killer birds, now it's a xenomorph. And Ash caused this whole thing. Why? Because Ash overrode this. Ash was put on the ship to collect a specimen. The government knew about it, whatever government is down on Earth, and they were going to bring it back to study it and use it in weapon-based stuff. I don't goddamn know. And then he's broken apart after attacking them. And then they wire him back up just so his head can basically say, I don't know about your chances, but you have my sympathies. And they destroy him. You're going to blow up the outside ship, blow up the outside ship. So they decide to do that. A couple people are left, and then they aren't left. Veronica Cartwright freaking out. And then you have, I believe, Yaphet Kotto, who basically gets completely destroyed. He gets wrecked, as the kids say, not back in 79. And just Ripley, Jonesy, and the Xenomorph. And then from there, basically, they're just on the ship. And, she doesn't realize the Xenomorph has just been chilling on the ship. Like, God, finally, I get out of that goddamn planet. Get out of that ship with those noisy people, and I can just sleep. And then Ripley sees it and wakes up. Damn it! And it reacts all unfavorably, like, how dare you? How dare you do that? How dare you do that? I'm going to bring the producer back on for the conclusion of this, because it involves the cat.
It involves the kitty.
So she has Jonesy all trapped, or, all in the little chamber. And then she straps herself in and says, I'm going to save Jonesy and I'm going to save myself. And you are my star. You are my star. You almost got me in the eyes with those claws. That was really close. Almost had my eyelid taken off, folks. The things I do for the channel and the things the producer puts up with, basically to get whatever food he wants. So Jonesy is fine. And the Xenomorph gets, hit with a hook shot. Yep. Oh, what do you hear? You hear something. You hear the hook shot. And then it tries to get into the rocket duct, and it gets fried. And then she sends a message, and then she goes to cryogenic sleep, and they take off again, and we never see the Xenomorph again. And we see it in Aliens, don't we? Maybe you'll be here for Aliens. Maybe you won't. Maybe you don't want to be on this. This might be his only appearance for a bit because he is really, really pissed off. But yes, tremendous design, great atmosphere. And once you see the Xenomorph and once you see the attacks, it's great. Isn't it great? Okay. So, yeah, it's a tremendous movie. Still holds up 45 years later. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. That was the producer. I'll see you soon.